favorite quote of a lot of Catholic workers is that the Catholic worker is trying to build a new society within the shell of the old. I'm Laura Brown.
I'm Steve Brown.
We just wanted to welcome you all to our anniversary celebration and to thank you so much for coming. In the past few months, we've had a group join us and help to vision for what the Catholic worker will look like if we're flourishing in a whole different variety of areas.
You know, I think initially, knowing that the Catholic worker appeals to so many different people from such varying ways of looking at the world, I think I was initially very frightened of you have this person with these views meeting with this person with these views, and I've been amazed at how open and receptive people have been to one another and how respectful people have been.
Much of the work to this point has been in basic repairs to the houses, trying to make them safe and dry and warm and welcoming, and basic reclaiming of the property from neglect and from all of the trash that was here when we first started. All three of the houses were in very poor condition. There was a reason why these were 3 of the cheapest houses in Charlottesville.
The first 2 years have been really focused on the interior of the houses too, and I think this next 2 years we'll be really branching out and doing more on the exterior, working on gardens, and we just really want this to be a vibrant place.
I'd like to have garden workshops here, raised bed gardening workshops, backyard chicken workshops. At some point we'll do more with rainwater harvesting. So I'd like this to be a place for people in the neighborhood to come, to learn new skills, to feel that they can live in a way that's sustainable. When you're living on a tight budget, that's the best time to be able to produce your own food, and I think that's knowledge that's sometimes not readily available.
What we're hoping to do is really incorporate a lot of different food generating potentials here. We've got chickens right in the background, we have bees, we eventually hope to have goats, maybe rabbits in the future. The more animals, the more insects you have, like bees, you have a lot more biodiversity, and that really, I think when we talk about permaculture, is something that's very important. You might want to give them a little space, just because they are bees. I worked actually with a different style of beekeeping in Chile when we were Maryknoll lay missioners, and more so than harvesting honey and generating wax. Bees are just really wonderful creatures. Just take so many millions of flights to make just a little bit of honey, and it's really having positive, beneficial consequences to the agriculture in Charlottesville.
Claire and Christine Hitchens were our first live-in volunteers. They were here through the summer, and they sponsored a roundtable discussion series which brought in a lot of new young people.
The idea of the roundtable discussion series that Christine and I led was to get a bunch of different people together and talk about creation, creativity, and the Christian life.
Lawrence even made this decision to take a alternative path in the way that they're living, especially alternative in our American culture, to live like a really simple life. But it's a great paradox, I guess, because it's a life of simplicity but also abundance, and you really get that sense being here.
We want to be a community of justice here, and for us justice means right relationships, and so we're trying to practice right relationship with God and right relationship with others and right relationship with the earth.
I think for a lot of us, we're kind of wondering what that looks like, what it's supposed to be like to to be living in the 21st century, age of technology, age of rapid change, sort of not just abstractly, but on the day-to-day. What does it mean to be living out your faith?
Steve and Laura are amazing people, and the first time I came here and met them, I was drawn to them, I think, because I felt so welcomed.
If you go into their house, they have a small house with 5 people, and it's amazingly uncluttered. In my family home, we have drawers full of junk everywhere. In their house, they have empty drawers. They have drawers of open space.
In the future, I can see Casa Alma developing a more prominent and meaningful peace witness. We'd like to expand. We'd like to have outreach programs in the neighborhood and really get to know our neighbors and what their needs are and see how Casa Alma can respond to that. So we need more people living here on a volunteer basis.
I think I've certainly experienced more gratitude in this past 2 years than I've ever experienced in my life. I'm just so appreciative of people for supporting this.
If we're freely giving what we have, it creates space for other people to freely give what they can give as well. We're all in.
Right, we are all in. You gotta be.